Hey guys, I'm back with another YouTube video, and today I'm doing my nails, and I also have some questions to answer that you guys submitted to me on Instagram. The first question is, was it hard for you to gain clientele when you first started? It wasn't, only because I was charging like $15 for a set, and people was aware of the fact that I was just starting, so most of my friends didn't mind, and I was constantly posting on Instagram. So as time was passing, I was starting to get more people, and as I got better, I started to raise my prices. The next question is, when did I start doing nails? I started doing nails in 2018 in November is when I started practicing, but I didn't start taking clients until March 2019. So it's officially been 2 years since I started practicing, but it's about to be 2 years since I started taking clients. So I waited a while actually before I started taking clients. I wanted to make sure I was ready, and I recommend doing that, but if you feel like you're ready to start, then go for it. The next question is, how long do you see yourself doing nails? I'm honestly not sure. I just know that sooner or later I only want to offer classes, and I'm not going to be doing sets as much, but I have no idea when. The next question is, how long does it normally take you to do a freestyle? Normally it takes between 2 or 3 hours depending on what length you get. I don't know if it's just me, but have you guys ever had times where you feel like your creativity just wasn't there at the moment, or for a couple days or for a week or so? Because I've definitely had that happen where I had to just tell myself maybe you just need a couple days or a little break, and maybe you're overworking yourself. So don't overwork yourself or overthink when you're doing your freestyles or when you're working, period, because you do not want to stress yourself and bring yourself to that point where you feel like your work isn't enough or your creativity is just not there anymore. This isn't a question, but someone has said that going to school and doing nails is a pain. Honestly, it can be. It really can be if you allow yourself to get overbooked, because I used to do that all the time. I'm not in high school anymore. I had graduated this year. But when I first started doing nails, I was working at Food Depot, and on my off days, I was taking clients. So I didn't have any off days at all, and I was just stressed, and that's too much. Like, that's really too much. So as long as you're balancing everything out, I'm pretty sure you will be fine and stress free. The next question is, when you move out, do you plan on getting a suite or continuing to do nails in the garage? Honestly, there's some suites that's not too far away from me, and they're about $300 a month, which is pretty cheap considering suites are normally about $250 a week. So I'm considering going there, but my mom had an idea of buying a shed and making it real pretty and just making that my own personal salon. So I have a couple options, so I'm honestly not too sure yet, but I do know that I'm real sick of the garage at this point. The next question is, how often should I practice and what brand should I practice with? I always recommend Mia Secret to beginners. I really like Mia Secret. Like, I don't use them as much anymore because I like to explore with different brands, but Mia Secret is definitely a great brand to start with. And practice whenever you feel like it, whenever you have free time, because the more you practice, the faster you'll get better. Next question is, what grit files do you use? I only like using 8080. As time passed, I slowly went down in numbers because I was just at 100, but now I am in love with 8080 grit files, and I'm going to link some down below as well. The next question is, how do you keep yourself motivated? Honestly, I just continue to tell myself that I already got this far, and there's really no point of turning back after you already started. If you know that nails, or with anything, if you know that that's something that you really want to do, even if you temporarily lost interest, you'll always come back to it. So just continue to remind yourself that all of your hard work will pay off. Like, there's no way you can sit there and work hard for what you want and not get it. The next question is, where do you get your acrylic brushes and how do you break them in? I get a two-tone brush from Amazon and I use a size 12. Normally, after I play with the brush in monomer for a couple seconds, it normally loosens right up and it's ready for me to use it. The next question is, what is the best acrylic brand to use in your opinion? Honestly, I have no answer for that. I've used so many brands and there's so many brands that I like. I have no idea. But like, my top 5 would have to be, not in this exact order by the way, but Nail Supply Glamour acrylic is really good. I recently started buying a bunch of their products when fall came around because I bought a lot of their fall acrylic colors. Also, Nail House is really good, but for most of the time, they be sold out. Like, you gotta make sure you get them when you can. I recently started promoting for a Hispanic-owned brand, and I believe it's pronounced Tyree Neves. You can use my code Dabarbie for some money off your order, and I'm gonna leave the link down below. And lastly, Valentino and Vanessa powders. I only have like 2 of Vanessa's powders and I plan on buying more because their consistency is really good. The next question is, do you have any tips for improving your application and shaping? The first thing I need to do is find products that work for you, because the same products that I use may not work for you at all. So you just have to be cautious and just play around with different acrylic brands and different tips, because I went through probably 2 different tip brands before I found the BT Art Box tips that I like. Also, for your application, you have to find a brush that you like. So once I got comfortable with this brush using a size 8, I eventually went up to a 10 and then a 12. But you'll go through 1,000 different acrylic brushes before you really settle with one. So I say just start on Amazon first because those brushes are cheaper. And then when you're more comfortable, if you don't like that brush or if you're ready to move on to a new one, go from there. I do have videos for both shaping and application, and I also have a video for short nails. I know how hard short nails could be sometimes, for some people at least, because for me, when I first started doing short nails, like, I sucked. Like, I didn't even want to offer short nails at a point. So once I got better, I had uploaded a video that I'm going to link down below. I like this question, and somebody had asked, when do you plan on opening your store, sis? Honestly, it was supposed to be December, but like I'm having some complications with YouTube right now. So whenever I get that together is when I'm going to start focusing on my store. So I'm hoping that everything is released by January next year. The next question is, what was the hardest thing about your nail journey? I think the hardest part about my nail journey personally was keeping myself motivated at a point when I was having a lot of cancels or when nobody was showing up. So that was definitely something that I dealt with, or feeling like I wasn't learning enough or I wasn't moving fast enough. Like just little stuff like that can be improved with practice. So whenever I'm complaining about something I don't like, I just tell myself, like, listen, if you continue to practice it, you'll be fine and you'll get it. Like, you just got to keep it pushing, and it's nothing to be upset about. I do have a question for you guys to answer, though. How do you guys feel about people saying nails is a side hustle or it's not an actual job? That's the thing about doing nails. Like, I feel like when people just think of nails as a side hobby or quick money, that they don't end up doing nails for a long time. Just like what I've seen so far. Like, this is my personal opinion on this. Every time somebody it's just some quick money. Oh, okay. You're not going to be doing nails for that long because it's like it's no passion there. Like, you really believe that this is just quick money. And it's not. Like, people put in hours of I've put in hours of practice to get where I am today. So it's not easy money. You can't just start and then start charging $1,000 for a class. Like, I don't know why people think it works like that. I don't know if people on Instagram and social media make it seem like that, but that's not what it is. Like, nails is not quick money. You still need to sit down and put in work and educate yourself like any other profession. Yeah, so let me tell y'all this. One time I had this one client and she was telling me that she had recently took a nail class for about $250 to $300. I'm not too sure which one it was, but she was pretty much telling me that she didn't learn anything from it. So I had asked her, like, what did she show you? Because like I wanted to know so I know what not to do when I start offering classes. So pretty much she had told me that the lady didn't tell her to pre-shape the tip. The lady pretty much had told her, like, after you apply the tip, I guess just lay the acrylic down and afterwards you could shape the acrylic with your fingers. First of all, I was trying not to laugh because that didn't make sense to me. Because even if you did try to use your fingers to shape it afterwards, you didn't even like pre-shape the tip, so it's still not going to look right. And that just proves what I mean by some people just don't put in any effort into what they're doing, and it's clearly easy, quick money to them. And that's wrong, like, because I'm pretty sure my client who was paying her for this class was actually very interested in her work and how she did nails. And then she goes and the lady is telling her this, and she gave her she gave her a kit, but she said that the kit was clearly not quality stuff, and she just really didn't like it. Like, she just felt like it was poorly put together. And I don't feel like you should feel like that after you take a class. The next question is it hard for you to talk to people you don't know? No. And you really get used to it after a while. Like, it's weird at first, but after like a couple people, you start to notice that people get comfortable with you if you have a good vibe. Like, if you're a chill person, just be yourself. Like, and people just naturally start to talk to you and it feels normal. Like, you're gonna have clients that come to you and act like they've already known you for like 3 years. Like, it's crazy. I've had clients that it really felt like I knew them already. You're gonna have clients that take a couple minutes to loosen up. Maybe you have to ask them a couple questions and then they start to talk to you more. And then you're gonna have clients that won't say anything, like, at all. So as you get more comfortable with like different personalities, you'll start to be able to talk to anybody. Like, it is so easy for me to talk to anybody, any age, and people be so shocked when I say I'm 18. But I got so used to just talking to these people and all these different personalities and building these relationships with my clients, and I'm so like grateful for it. Like, that's one thing I really do enjoy about doing nails is the conversations that I have with my clients. So girl, there is nothing to be scared of at all. Like, talking to people is not scary. You just can't overthink it. There's gonna be people that come to you just as nervous. So just don't think about it too much, and like, it really won't become an issue. So I had this idea for a YouTube video, and I was considering sharing with you guys my first time actually shopping at a nail supply store. Now that I can shop at a nail supply store, I really just wanted to record like my reaction and just me pretty much being lost in that store, because I know the store is huge. And I'm really thinking about going over there today because I really want some new things to try. So just be on the lookout for that video. So this is my first time actually using these crystals on myself, and I'm not even as excited as I was before, because if you guys didn't know, starting June of next year, Swarovski will not be selling these crystals anymore at all, so they will not be available to nail techs. So if you didn't know, you do now. It is true. I did my research, and I'm extremely upset about it because I'm still buying some, but I'm just thinking about using the ones I have and calling it a day, I guess, because I really have no idea what to do. And I still use the same glue for these. I use my Zulay Nail Bling Glue. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Everything I used in this video will be in the description box down below, even though it wasn't an actual tutorial. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video.